I am an atheist and I have beliefs. Yeah. However, my beliefs are not consequent of my atheism, and atheism is not the lack of any and all beliefs. But if atheists have beliefs, does this mean that atheism is a belief itself? Of course not. If an object is not green, it could of course still be another colour. However, the fact that a non-green object can have a colour does not make not green a colour itself. Similarly, that atheists can have beliefs does not make atheism a belief itself. Atheism identifies the lack of a single specific belief, the belief in a god. Theism is a belief. All theists are united by the common belief that a god of some description exists. If you think that atheism is a belief, then ask yourself, what is the uniting belief that all atheists hold? And before you say all atheists believe that a god does not exist, this misconception is a common reason why an atheist might want to point out that atheism is not a belief. The assertion that God does not exist in fact falls under a subset of atheism, sometimes known as Gnostic or positive atheism. If you do not know the difference, then I recommend you check out this video. So what is it that atheists believe in? Atheists might believe in the Big Bang, evolution, an objective secular morality, ponies, reincarnation, an infinite universe, Santa, Pokemon, or even none of these things. Maybe they simply don't know. The only property that unites every atheist is simply the lack of a belief in a god. But is atheism a view? Yes, atheism is a view, if by view you mean position. However, it is not a worldview, nor does it necessitate any particular worldview, as many theists seem to think. Atheism identifies a single position relating to a single claim. I suspect that some people might also confuse the actual belief position that atheism identifies with a meta-belief of atheism, and are then misled into thinking that atheism is therefore a belief itself. A belief does exist if somebody both holds and acknowledges a position of atheism. While atheists do not have a belief in a god, and theists do have a belief in a god, on top of this, providing they acknowledge their respective positions, atheists believe that they do not have a belief in a god, and theists believe that they do have a belief in a god. These meta-beliefs, however, are external to the definitions of theism and atheism. They do not identify a person's position with respect to the claim that there is a god, nor are they necessarily entailed by said position. For example, most bearded men likely believe that they have a beard, but this belief is external to the property of being bearded. Having a beard is not a belief.